He had to settle for one spot on the outside of the podium looking in last year. He finished out in fourth here, so another rider who was looking for some redemption here as he starts off his first set.
Yeah, I've spent so much time with Matthias over the years, both of us being sponsored by Vans. We've gone and done shows together, and we've done shows together on flat ground, and they expect me to show up and do flat ground shows with them. I really didn't do much. I kind of sat back and watched, and this is exactly what he was doing for everyone. He's so consistent with his riding. All of his tricks are so original. As soon as you see a trick, if you saw the silhouette, you know right away that's Matthias. Look at that transition, spinning over, getting that leg over the handlebars.
Look at the style, look at the flow, look how calculated he is. This is a long set of tricks too. I mean, he's burned through quite a bit of time here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The way that his links work out, you know, they build up, and he can do he can get this whole 90 seconds out in one hit with his style of riding. So I'm really curious to see, because he might only have 2 left when all said and done right here.
I mean, he just went through 2/3 of his entire time and he's still going.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, amazing riding from Matthias, as usual, as expected though. He is just he's so solid. So Sita,
he only took off 5 seconds on the clock the last go around.
Yeah, it's a big difference between the two with the approach of the timing for sure. But look at that, stepping up, hands coming off the top.
And it's such a crazy position to be into.
Oh, it's insane. You know, and what he's known for in his riding, you can see he does a lot of intricate foot placements. You can see a lot of it where he's stepping onto the bike, where he's getting into the spins. Look at that. Look at that foot placement. It was underneath the bike on the pedal that was pointing down. Wow.
There you go.
That's what he needed right there.
Putting the link together there for Sita. I mean, a lot of front wheel combos for him. He's very smooth, has an original style. So depending on what Matthias does here, this could be
yeah, no, that
could be like, you know what, I'm going to get it done in 2 runs.
Yeah, he might just be sitting back just watching Sita finish this one off. But one thing I want to bring up about Matthias, you can see his style of his bike. It's very modern-looking street style, you know? And I think that was a really big thing for him, because when he started doing Flatland and people were seeing his videos, you know, he started doing also some street stuff at the same time. So it was like he was using the same bike, because you'll know this, Flatland over the years, it was always having like the smallest bike with the smallest handlebars. And Matthias came with a normal-looking BMX bike, and he's able to do these insane links.
He still had a second left at the end of that, and then he just decided, you know what, I'm just going to keep going.
Wow, so if he was able to notice that clock and realize that's a true professional right there. Yeah,
so essentially in this quarterfinal round, he's gotten it done in 2 sets of runs.
That's crazy to think about, but he is that good.
Runs.
Yeah, but now, it's a Sita show now.
Yeah, 57 seconds.
So he had a very good run the last time around. So I'm hoping he can carry that momentum into this. He's standing on the back peg, but it's another front trick. All right, look at the spin. All right, let's see if he's going to transition into a very intricate foot placement again. Finding that foot on the outside pedal. Wow, so many like subtle little movements in the spins, and it's crazy to think about when these guys are spinning like that. Not only, you know, you have to worry about getting dizzy, but you have to find those little key moments of stepping on your points when you're getting the trick done. Well, he's got 24 seconds on the clock. Wow. Ooh, so the bike came down right there.
It's all right, you've still got time. Give yourself a little bit of a reset right there. He sees it.
Yeah.
You see him looking over his right shoulder. He really in the history of the X Games, but he earned his first medal last year, and it was a silver.
Yeah, so Alex Jumela's style, like I said it earlier, you know, the way he was been able to adapt and evolve, you know, his style through Flatland over the years. You know, we're talking 20+ years of just X Games time that he's been riding. And his style now, like, he looks like he's doing something completely, you know, unique to himself, which is really cool.
So again, there's that clock management. He took, that was 12 seconds that he used. It's methodical, he's got a plan, he executes it, but look at the speed right here. Look at the spins, look at the combos of Jean-William Prévost.
Yeah, and just look at, he's using the whole course. You know, you have to clear out of the way when he's on it, because the way that his style of riding is, he's able to spin and make up, he's traveled so much, you know, across the course at the same time. And it's just so much power in his riding.
Very similar there with the clock management. Both of these guys using little chunks of time, but both of them having a great opening length.
Oh, look at that. The way he was able to hold the seat up there with his arm as he was spinning around on the front end. Once again, just delaying it there for a second. That's really cool.
And I mentioned prior to last year for Alex, his best Flatland finish was 7th. He finished 7th twice. It was the last year in San Francisco. That was X Games 2000, and then in Philadelphia 2002.
So here we go, dub on the bike again. Just looking so solid today. Oh, look how fast those spins are, those transitions in between. It's just like a flash. It's so crazy that you can do that and still be in control of the bike.
He had the bike upside down, and it was there for maybe a millisecond, and then he pops right back out of it and into another variation. The speed at which he executes in between things is absolutely epic.
It really is. See what Alex is going to bring here. You know, after watching, you know, John William on the course, I wonder, like, what goes through your mind. You're seeing him, he's bringing his A game, so it's like, all right, so now it's time to turn up because you want to get into that final round.
So really the first time we've seen Alex have trouble in this competition there, and both of these guys still have a lot of time left. I mean, they both have similar approaches to how they're working that clock.
So starting off CrossFitter right here. Oh, I love how he spins that bike completely around him and then carries the momentum into the spin. We did this one earlier, the way he's able to stand on both the pegs completely over the top of the bike. You know, because he's so tall, he's able to pull this one off, and it makes it a very original style for himself.
Look how quickly he steps out of that and right back to the back peg and just moves on. That's that transition, the speed in that transition between tricks.
Yeah, look at that, the bike flipping upside down, the bike being behind him. Look at that standing up top over the...
And feet didn't touch.
That was a close one.
So that'll take him down to the 15-second mark, so he'll have one more crack at it there. Alex still has a good chunk of time left
look
there.
At that. We just caught him in that backwards nose manual right there. He's so good on that front wheel. He's got so much like upper body strength and control to be able to do it. Look at block and answer back.
You're building that momentum, and you know it's very similar to the sessions that these guys will have in parking garages and parking lots when they go out and they ride as a group.
There's no doubt about it. Matias starting things off. Like we said earlier, he almost used up, you know, it was 2/3 of his time.
Yeah, it's like
on his
61
first
seconds on that first run.
Which is wild. So curious to see if his strategy is going to change at all. But like I said, his style of riding, though, he does a lot of tricks that bridge off of the last one. So look at him scuffing right there. Getting that momentum, swinging the bike around. And he's coming up on the 50-second mark. So he's definitely, it was shorter than the first time, but he used up a ton of time.
It's just a smooth, calculated style, though. He just gets out there, everything is just perfect, it flows. So he'll tap out. We'll take a look for the first time here in the semis at Yu Katagiri.
So Yu starting things off on the back peg again. Like we said earlier, he does a lot of intricate stuff on the back wheel, a lot of stuff with bike flips, and look at that, that was fully around. I mean, all the way around and landed on it and kept the momentum. Oh my goodness. Oh, how cool.
The fluidity and how quickly he did that is mind-blowing.
It's just so fast. Oh, look at that floating up on top right there, and another perfect link. Wow.
Picking up where he left off from the quarterfinals. So that'll bring back up Mr. Dantois with 52 seconds left overall. Again, you get 90 seconds in total per rider. Overall impression, no scores.
Oh, look at this, both hands off, holding that bike up with the side of his leg. He's able to hold that bike up during that spin, which is crazy.
And it was such a slow rotation, he almost slowed it down a little bit in the middle of that.
When he opens up with the hands, it definitely slows it down. Okay, transition, both feet on the pedals. Look at that, he's on the... Oh, that's... I couldn't even imagine what it would feel like to do that. That was crazy. Wow. We're seeing some high-level Flatland BMX today. This is so cool to watch.
He looks like he's just having the best time out there. I mean, he's having fun with everybody on the crowd.
He always is. You know, that's what's
flexing
so
the guns
cool
earlier.
He's here for a good time, and he's going to bring you top-notch riding. Back to Katagiri on the course again. Look at he's got transitioning again with that bike flip. He was able to carry that momentum and get that going backwards and incorporate that into that spin. Crazy.
And he taps out there. So again, different styles here in that clock management. He's still got 49 seconds. And Matthias is down to the final 23 here.
Yeah, this could be the last time on the course for Matthias. Start things off on the back end of the bike right now. Transition the bike with his hand on the peg, getting that spin going on. Oh, look at that, both hands off. He's able to keep the bike up by using his calf and having the pedal on it. Look at that spin. So he's running out of clock here, so this could be it. So it's,
but 3
we're going to
seconds.
see what trick he's going to be bringing out to try to finish this one off. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was cool.
Oh, and right into another link. I thought he was calling it on that, but no. And you're allowed to continue as long as you get into it before that buzzer, which he did, so he can keep this going.
Yeah, you know what's really interesting about that too is like when he went into that link.
Look at this.
Wow, that tight spin. Look at both hands off. But like when you went into that link, you know, you transition, and a lot of you know, the links, both wheels touch down. So I was curious in my head of like what the judges would think about that, like because when both wheels touch on the ground before it goes, I don't know exactly how that works, but still, that was really, really cool to watch.
So an epic finish right there for Matthias.
So
you're the youngest BMX athlete here at X Games Japan 2023 with 49 seconds left on the clock, trying to earn his way.
Look at him pump around. I can't even describe to you how impossible that is in my head on a BMX bike. Like, for riding BMX bike all my life and seeing how he can do that consistently, it just seems unreal. It just doesn't seem possible, but he's just such a solid rider. And back to him being the youngest rider, you know, just look at the style of his riding. You know, it's different than everybody else. And how is he able to learn the style and make this in such a short span? It doesn't
start upside. That only took 6 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, it's good when it happens early like that. Oh, I love that. He spins the bike completely around the back. Spinning. Look at that. He's not even moving. He's spinning stationary, standing on the back pegs.
So, you see, he took his hands off, and then the bars rotated a little bit right there.
All right, so both riders just had to step off on their tricks. You know, but we were talking about this earlier. This battle round like this, you have the opportunity to answer back, and you're doing it right now, getting redemption on the trick that he just didn't land on the first one. Oh, once again, spinning it around, going to that pedal with only 1 foot on there, trying to find that balance. Oh, once again. That was so cool.
If you're looking to counter back after a slip up, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, but John William Frivo, he feeds off that energy, so this is going to be fun to watch.
You still has a lot of time left. He's got over a minute.
All right, here we go. Stepping over once again. Tight spin on top of that head tube right there. Look at how he's pumping. He's trying to get that momentum again, right? Because he's got no way to get momentum besides pumping. So you're using that circle. Every time you pump into it like that, when you see him do those tight movements, just look how much faster he goes on every one of those pumps. Stepping up to the pedal.
Tall he is
to both pedals, and he's above the bike. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, that was brilliant right there. It's right at the end of it, though. That was just the finishing sequence that he was stepping off.
So Jean's down to the final 27 seconds. Yu still has 62 seconds to go here.
Look at that, stopping the tire. He's got that. Oh, look at that transition. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and once again, like, you did the same thing. You can see how he's pumping to get that momentum up top right there. But it's so crazy, you know, being on the side of the bike right there. Just imagine how much force is on that pedal. And it's, like I said earlier, you only have a surface area that's straight down underneath the bike. And look, he did that bike flip again and gets it.
Okay, so after that early slip up, he's now finding the groove here with about a third of his overall time still left.
So this is a tough time, meaning that he only has 27 seconds left because he does like doing long links right here. So this could be his last time on the course, you know, to be able to get this one. So we're going to see what he does.
There you go. Clock starts.
Oh, wow, look at that spin. Just look at the little subtle movements, you know. It'll be his body spinning, then his bike spinning, catching up, getting that momentum. Spinning the handlebars, getting it in the right spot, taking the hands off right there, floating the bike. Look at that balance, cross foot, hands off, cross foot.
Look at that.
Oh, so
Hands
close.
off, just kind of tuck the bars into your hip.
It's insane.
It's so impressive. It's so hard. The balance point that you have to find to get into some of these positions. And not just that, but the way that they combine these different crazy positions together and how they transition in between them.
Yeah, and all of these tricks that these guys are doing, these are their tricks that they've been learning in the parking lot, doing trial and error. And it's just amazing that we get to see the finished product here at the X Games.
So that took all the time off the clock there.
Oh, look at that, he stepped over. So many times right there. I just can't believe like you can do that. Just stepping over, finding the peg, finding the peg. Look at that. Momentum spinning around. Oh, wow.
Look at the speed. Is he going to hang on to this? Oh, my goodness.